Dearly beloved, I just wanted to share with you a short message that our Father, our Creator, Abba, YaHuaH, revealed to me over a year ago. And I never really shared it with anyone. Not until some time after that he showed me this. And I've been met with some controversy with the couple that I did share it with prior. But since was made aware the depth of what he had revealed to me in his word, in the book we call the living word, the words that are alive today, that will give us understanding in depth in teaching us his ways and how he wants us to see him and live by him by faith alone and trusting in him only. When I first heard his call and opened the door for his son to walk in my life, I knew him then by the name of Jesus. And when I started to go back to the beginning, right first steps of my beginning of my walk, and of course, like many, down the rabbit trails we went, I didn't get very far in my reading until I hit the word firmament, and it led me down that trail, that path that many of us have gone before. And since then, it's been nothing like most of us, dearly beloved brethren. Our eyes get opened every day. We read his living word. And so I wanted to share with you all that our Creator, our Abba, our Father, goes by many, many names, and in many cultures and languages is not the same to us. Many of us know him by the name YaHuaH, Yahweh, YaHuaH. Whichever way you're using his name to say his name, we can't dicker and argue about the pronunciation of that. I learned his name first through seeing in scriptures, I am that I am, and looked that up in Hebrew and came to an understanding that his name was not God or Lord, but that it was, at that time, YHVH. And through his word, his instructions, his Ruach was given to me that from the day that I came from my mother's womb, that he was the one that had ignited and sparked the life of me inside of her. And when I came out from her womb, the first name I called was YaHuaH. It is the breath, everyone we take, that speaks his name. Every second his name is said when we have his breath of life. And so, brethren, I'd like to share something else that he revealed to me, like I said, over a year ago about his name and the differences that others call. And I'll share a short story after I say this, but Exodus 34:14 says, "For thou shalt worship no other Elohim." Of course, we know that that's not what it says in there, but "For thou shalt worship no other Elohim, for YaHuaH, whose name is jealous, is a jealous Elohim." Now, like I said, over a year ago, I looked that up in the concordance. Concordance number 7065 is pronounced Kana, spelled Qana, pronounced Kana, Kawnaw. Kana is also the name of our Creator. Now, some of you may think I'm off my rocker, or, it's not something I should pass down to anyone, but I want to beg to differ with you on that, because recently my public broadcasting network here, PBS, did a documentary on the Dakota Indians that were in this land here that I live in Minnesota. They were here first. They worked the ground. They tilled and created food, and they were willing to share their food when settlers came in. And many of the Dakota, Mendota Indians, Native Americans here in this state were massacred and hung. And literally laws were written in the books way back then that they were to be exiled from the state of Minnesota. And that law is still in the books today. They are trying to change that and allow them back in their own land. And not too long ago, there was a celebration for the Dakota Indians, the Native Americans who were here before us in this state. And they marched through the state of where their ancestors have fought and died and have been buried, to celebrate their life, that they're still here today. But what he showed me in this, 2 to 4 hour documentary showing this, and in their native dress and clothes that they once wore and were adorned with, he opened my eyes once again I heard the name again, Kana, Kana, during their dance and worship and songs. And they were dancing like David. And there's some pictures that's going to be with this video that will show you their worship dance clothes and dress. And any of you that have eyes to see can see exactly who these people are and who they put their trust and their faith and their belief in, who they observed, who they obeyed. Their dress is filled with tassels, tzitzits, on every one of them. From the time they're little kids, little children, until the day they die. They also have priestly garments that they wear, bells that make a sound every time they move. It's just a sight to see when you look upon it and you know and you realize that they were also a tribe of Yah's chosen people that were only obeying His law, His way, His rule, His teachings, that men tried to cast off in a way and annihilate by removing them from this state, probably many others, where they were not allowed to wear their own clothing. They were not allowed to speak their own language. They were not allowed to worship in their way. You know, this has been a long, long going suffering since the beginning of time for anyone, any one of us who want to follow His ancient path. And so, brothers and sisters, as I watched that documentary and my eyes were opened once again to these chosen children of YaHuaH in their celebration of dance in their native tongue and their native way, with bells back on their clothes and their tzitzits hanging down. I sat and I cried and thanked our Father for what He's done. You know, He preserves those, He protects those who turn to Him, who call upon His name. His name is above all others. His name is mighty and true. Look that up in a concordance. There's a name for you too. Mighty and true. He says, I am envy. There's another name for you. He says, I am. My name is jealous, for I am a jealous Elohim. His name is jealous. Kana. And when I heard them dancing their dance and singing praises to Kana, my heart just pattered away. They're back. They can sing their songs of praise to their King, to our King, to our wonderful, wonderful, glorious Father. You know, we're not meant to argue about His name and pretend we know everything there is to know, or by what name everyone needs to call Him. Because He Himself at the Tower of Babel separated their languages. We don't all speak the same language. We don't all use the same name, YaHuaH. YaHushua. Again, many names. He is the counselor. He's the healer. His name is mercy. The depth of it is just amazing when we have eyes to see and ears to hear of the depth of his love and forgiveness. A dearly beloved sister and I were speaking the other day, and many will say, we just keep it simple and use the name Jesus. And all right, I didn't really have a response to that, but I do now. And that is simply for me, his name, Yahushua HaMashiach, is simple. It's simple to say. YaHuaH, our Elohim, our Abba, Daddy, is simple to say. However, it's not quite so simple for those we hear on the streets or in stores. The reason, why his name's been removed out of that living book, the good news, the words written in the pages. His name is not to be mocked. His name is not to be abused or misused. So next time you're in a grocery store or taking your walk and you hear someone use it in a way of, JC, you blah, blah, or, whatever, or GD this, know that that's an ignorant mind, one with no knowledge or understanding. But YaHuaH kept his name sacred for a reason. He will not be mocked, brethren. He will not be mocked by anyone. And so I wanted to share with you this brief little message of the beauty of his name, his names, all of them, and the significance of others that may use a different name than me. There should never be any more strife or bickering on how to say his name, because I don't think anyone really knows all 70 or more languages out there, and what his name's been revealed or used to each of them. So, beloved, there's some food for thought. You can let me know what you think if you choose. And I do want to let you know sometimes, guys, I don't necessarily get back to comments. I'm not one to usually watch my own videos or go back to them again. And so if I don't get back to you in a timely fashion, understand that I'm not there often. I guess more so now, recently, than I've been in a long time. But Know that I love you, each and every one of you. Whether friend, family, or foe, I do love you all. I pray His mercy and grace, His blessings and promises, and shalom and joy to all of you. All of you. And with that, may you all have a very blessed and prosperous day. Thank you.